You know, it shouldn't take that guy right there to expose the church's dirty business. The church should have exposed its own dirty business because judgment begins in the house of God. But in our case, we got to use a political pundit. Look at his last critique and look for the word that you should never hear any Christian pastor call a human being.
And then, of course, there are examples like John Hagee, one of the most prominent evangelical pastors in the United States, head of Christians United for Israel, sort of the face of Christian Zionism, politically active, a huge proponent of the war we're currently in. And he is even now considered a Christian leader. Here's John Hagee, in case you're not familiar with him.
What you do to Israel, America, God will do to us. The day we stop blessing Israel will be the day God stops blessing the United States of America. The U.S. Congress must quit arguing every year over whether or not we should send military assistance to Israel. We must continue to provide Israel with the specific capabilities and intelligence support they need to target and destroy these savages once and for all. We should sink any Iranian naval boats that threaten international shipping. If you don't really fully understand what I've just said, let me say it to you in plain Texas speech. America should roll up its sleeve and knock the living daylights out of Tehran for what they have done to Israel.
That's not Frank Gaffney. That's a Christian preacher. That's a man who tells you he is proclaiming the gospel, demanding that the U.S. government sink Iranian boats and kill these savages. That is not Christianity, and it is a deception. It's a heresy, and it is the path to total destruction, not simply of our bodies, but of our souls.
And that's a shame that he had to call people out. How many other people, John, have you called savages? That's not gospel. That is not gospel. Now, this is why, and you know the saddest part about it, they just kept clapping. Nobody found it uncomfortable that that man was using that phrase to assign it to a human life, savages. No, they're okay with it. And that's the sad part. And that's why the church is a mess. And unfortunately, since the church won't do its dirty business, you need guys like Tucker to expose it.